Nate is waging guerrilla warfare in the Philippines, and until he's back, these are the dark times. Nate, since you've been gone, I've officially become an old man. I go to a chiropractor, I complain about taxes, and I get frustrated at the loud, noisy kids playing outside of my home. But enough about me. How are you doing? That's right, this is not a Zoom call. How about we go to some news? You know, I've got some juicy stories for you today. Some true breaking news. Hit the breaking news section. Those aren't the news. These are the news. All right, let's go through these. A mafia fugitive who's been on the run for 7 years was recently arrested in the Dominican Republic. How was he caught after all these years? Well, this bro decided to start a cooking channel on YouTube with his wife. That's right. Apparently, while this aspiring internet chef never showed his face on camera, I guess he showed bodily tattoos and other parts of his body that were easily distinguishable as this man who's been on the run for 7 years. This gentleman who trafficked drugs and was running away from the law. I don't know. I feel like this inspires me because sometimes I wonder myself as an escaped mafia boss, should I be running a channel on YouTube? But I personally trust that all our viewers are going to keep this a secret, okay? Trusting you guys. Let's move over to Taiwan. In Taiwan, a sushi chain experienced a crisis after offering free food on Wednesday and Thursday to anyone with the name Salmon, or Gui Yu in Taiwanese. This caused a problem because in those days, over 150 people legally changed their name to include salmon in their title so they could get free food. Here's some examples. We've got Salmon Prince, Meteor Salmon King, and Salmon Fried Rice. One diner even had the gusto to change his name and earn the country's world record for the longest name. The name being Chen Loves Taiwan Abalone Tuna Salmon Snow Crab Sea Urchin Scallop Lobster and Beef Mayful Palais Chine Regent Hilton Caesar Park Hotel Royal. Yeah, that legit happened. Personally, I would have changed my name to Salmonella Wafer if I had the opportunity, but alas, I was not there and I've missed out. It's all right. Let's go home. Let's go to the U.S. Court of Appeals. The U.S. Court of Appeals in D.C. has officially discouraged the use of the Garamond font when filing briefs. I guess that's a big problem nowadays, people using the wrong font. The court has stated that certain typefaces such as Times New Roman are much easier to read digitally than Garamond. So apparently the Garamond font was invented in the 1500s for obviously use on physical typeface. It's not commonly well known, but there were no digital platforms in the 1500s. But nowadays, Garamond is not very easy to read digitally, so Times New Roman, Courier, those are the fonts to use. Yeah, step aside, Garamond. It's the new world. It's the cyber world. Let's go over to Idaho. An Idaho man recently broke the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to set up a chessboard. Why would you devote your life to perfecting really quickly setting up a game, which does not need to be really quickly set up? I'm not really sure, but this guy did. The record before that was 31.55 seconds to set up a chessboard without knocking any pieces over, doing it one-handed. He set the new record with 30.31 seconds. Get this, he spent the last year and a half training to do that. Think of how many new board games you could have learned in that time. Still, respect. An employee at Oklahoma Goodwill made quite the discovery this week. While sorting through some donations of old clothes, she found a wad of bills, a stack of cash. Quite the haul, $42,000 cash. I'm not making this stuff up. It's literally right here on this piece of paper that I wrote myself. Yeah, don't fact check that. Employee Andrea Lessing handed the money into her supervisors, who were then able to trace it back to the original donor, who this was an accidental donation. They did not mean to put $42,000 into the bin. But here's the deal. The owner then actually gave $1,000 as a reward to Andrea for her honesty in turning in the money. That's good stuff. That's some happy stuff right there. Let's move over to Florida. A Florida man just set the Guinness World Record for the number of times seeing the same film in theaters. The previous record was set by, I don't remember the guy's name, I'm sorry, but it was watching Avengers Infinity War 101 times. Apparently, this new gentleman by the name of Ramiro Alanis was inspired by that, and over the course of 90 days, he set the new record by watching Avengers Endgame in theater 191 times. For those of you who aren't math wizards out there like me, that's over 2 times a day for almost 3 months straight. Yeah. Oh, I don't even want to do the math on how much that cost in tickets just going to see the movies. Maybe the theater came to know him and knew that maybe he was going for a world record, so they just gave him some free tickets every now and then. I mean, if it's Regal, you probably earn quite a bit. Crown points, whatever those things are called. Anyway, lanes in a major interstate in Florida were blocked for several hours by a boat. Yes, I said boat. Around 7 p.m. last Friday, a 40-foot boat fell off of a trailer on the interstate, and it landed sideways, blocked, 2 or 3 plus lanes for several hours until the Florida Highway Patrol managed to remove the boat. So don't take your boats on the road. They're made for the water people. Last week, a police officer in Ontario pulled over a motorcycle for having a suspicious-looking license plate. By suspicious, I mean the license plate was homemade. It definitely looked like blue Sharpie to make out the whole thing. The plate was marked for Ontario, but for some reason it had the phrase from New Hampshire state slogan, "Live free or die." It was misspelled. It's spelled "live free or die." When the guy got arrested, I'm not sure if he then committed seppuku because he wanted to live free. I'm guessing probably not, but just food for thought. That's all the news we got for today. So Nate, let's go to things that you would be missing. Nate, right about now, I feel like you're probably missing Amazon Prime. Let's go there right now. Been meaning to place an order on something for quite a while. Order has been made. Now we just gotta wait a little bit. Oh! Could it be? Yes! Amazon! My happiness has finally arrived! Hope you enjoyed that little piece of home of things you might be missing. Now let's move on to some random facts about cars. Or driving, rather. Fact number 1. I'm not actually going to number all of these, that's too much work. We're just going to number the first one. Number 1. A 2011 study found that drivers who go to court to fight a speeding ticket are 25% more likely to be in an accident within the next 3 years. So, don't fight your tickets, unless you want to save money. It's up to you. Kids are 33% safer while being driven in a car by their grandparents than in a car driven by their parents. I feel like that's not too unreasonable. That makes sense. In a survey, 72% of men and 35% of women claimed they could change a flat tire. Do you fall in that category? I do. I don't think I've ever actually changed one in the heat of the moment before, but I have changed tires. They call me Cody Tire Changer. Way bro. Yeah. Drivers of 2005 through 2008 SUV models are 50% less likely to die in a crash than are drivers of other cars. I do not have an SUV nor a car that fits within the years 2005, 2008. I'll let you guess whether it's on the other side or the lower side of that. Washington, D.C. has an accident rate double the national average. Drivers there can expect to have 1 accident every 4.8 years on average. Y'all know that means there's somebody there who gets in an accident like once a month. Ugh. Just nah. The area of the country with the highest speed limits is West Texas, baby, where some highways allow drivers to go up to 85 miles per hour. Oh, that's nice. We're not too far from Idaho, where you can go 80 miles per hour, but 85 is even nicer. That basically means you can go 100, let's be honest. You won't get pulled over. The odds of having a car accident are 70% higher in the rain. Makes sense. I'm sorry, man. These are some kind of lame statistics for you. It's not very exciting. That's okay. Let's go to the weather. Snow. All right, Brothaniel, it's that time of the show where we here, the engineers at Way Brothers, are going to try to make for you something useful and interesting out of Legos within 10 minutes. Useful Lego builds. In this case, if you are in the Saharan Desert and all you have is Legos, can you build a floating cup holder? Let's see if we can help you out with that. All right, Nate, welcome back to another 10-minute useful Lego build. Today we're going to try to build you, within 10 minutes of course, got the proof right here, a floating cup holder. I believe it's one of the 8 necessities of life, right behind the last Airbender movie. So let's just get right into this, see what we can do. I'll be honest, I have no idea what's going to come out of this. I'm not sure my engineering skills are up to the par, and we will test this in floating water with a cup to see if it works. All right, here we go. Boom. Gonna need a lot of flats here. That's I think what the key is gonna be. Color coordinate. Nate, is displacement, because that's how things float. So as long as we displace more water than the volume or something like that, I don't know, we're going to make it work. Let's go red, just because we can. Ooh, you know what? I got the perfect piece. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. All right. Obviously, that will float masterfully. But we're not done yet. Nate, I don't feel good about this. Need to put more structure in on these, but I just don't want to spend the time. Are these pieces feel different? I don't know. Whatever. To be honest, I'm not really sure how tall this needs to be. I don't think it needs to be too tall. All right, I feel like that should hold a cup. Will it float? I don't know. Let's keep expanding while we have 2 minutes left. No. Maybe we can use these. Like floating things. Why not? Ooh. Yes. I don't know if that will help or not. All right. No. I don't know. I don't know why I'm adding this. It's just extra weight. I feel like we need it though. Oh yeah, look at that. All right. We're good. All done. Look at that, Nate. It's a floating cup holder. Let's go test this baby out. Welcome to my bathroom, Nate. This is the testing grounds for our new water cup floating holder thingy, 2.0, even though it's the first one. So here's the deal. Apparently cups have a bigger diameter than you might think. And as such, basically no cup in my house actually fits inside this cup holder. So compromised. We found this toothpick holder. This is holding a certified 2 ounces of water. I measured it myself. So let's see if we can get this to succeed. First, let's just see if it floats. Golly jeepers, it floats. Look at that. It's floating. All right. Testing the cup. I mean, it hasn't technically sunk yet, so I feel like this counts. Let's try it again. Let's just see what happens. One final try. Bear with me. Okay, it's still floating. Let's see if it holds an empty cup. I mean, hey, if the cup was me and the Titanic just happened, I would take it. I'm gonna say it works. Here you go, man. I'll send you the schematics. Well, Nate, I hope today's show has been encouraging and inspirational for you. And as is per tradition, let's go ahead and close off with an inspirational quote. Second. All right. Today's quote. Shall we allow our audacious enemies to violate with impunity the territory of the Republic? Will you permit the army to escape which has carried terror into your families? You will not. March then to meet him. Tear from his brows the laurels he has won. Teach the world that a malediction attends those that violate the territory of the great people. The result of our efforts will be unclouded glory and a durable peace. And I saw this other one today. We need to have a second inspirational quote. Life is short. Smile while you still have teeth. These are the dark times.